Better not find me.
No,
He doesn't like seeing me in this print. I don't know what it did to him.
I also have a blazer like that. Every time I
Yeah.
put it on, he'll say the same
Yeah,
thing. Like, Shmoney, did you put on that blazer?
Like, what did this? Which woman reminds you?
I know.
Or who triggered you
I
that
think
used to wear this a lot?
Or
You know,
torments you.
you should let us know.
Literally tormenting him.
Karibuni. How is your week going, Shmoney?
My week is amazing. I can't complain. I'm just happy, having fun.
Ready for the weekend?
Oh my God, this weekend I'm ready mentally, emotionally,
Physically, everywhere.
I am like, yes.
Come on.
Let's go.
Vilenafa.
How are you?
Me, I'm good. I can't complain as well. Of course, grateful for life. I've been bumping into so many quotes, especially since yesterday night. I had insomnia as crazy.
Okay.
I slept at 3:40 and I woke up at 6.
Yeah, you were here in the morning. I was like, Joby, what are you doing at 10?
I know. I slept really late. I had no sleep, literally, like completely.
Oh my
and
God.
then I woke up
Why?
very early and I was like, man, let me go to work very early today.
I was shocked. I was like, is that Joby at 10 a.m.?
It's me. What's up? Like, you know,
Alright.
expect surprises like Jesus.
I know.
Boom. I shall appear.
I love that.
But yes, my week is doing amazing. Grateful. I'm saying I've been bumping to quotes that I've been talking about gratitude about life. And I remember, I think there's a video I once shared. I can't remember specifically the rest of the information, but this guy or lady was asked, what is the thing that you're really grateful for the first thing when you wake up? For me, I said, I can't remember what she answered, but for me, I always say, just finding yourself, you're alive.
I know.
Like, just waking up like you can breathe, you have no health conditions, like first you're alive and you have no health conditions and you have a roof under you. Like, that's all what more do you want? You know?
Personally, when I wake up, I always say words.
And also waking up to peace, you know? Waking up, like not waking up in a chaotic environment,
you know, people not having a home, living with people,
exactly.
And stuff. Personally, when I wake up, I have a mantra of the words I speak out every day of my life. I don't know how I've been doing that, but it has happened, I think, for years now.
And it has been working for you.
It has been working. I just wake up and say, I'm grateful. It's gonna be a beautiful day, and I'm and I even say thank you. Like I always say thank you for an amazing. If I want money, I say thank you for the money. And by the end of the day,
it's gonna come to you.
Works. Because I'm like, I just get a call or somebody be like, let me do this for you, and I'm like, yes, it really happened. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so broke, but I'm gonna get shit done today.
You know.
And then it happens, and then the first things I say when I wake up. But again, also I love sharing. I think my love language is like sharing funny things.
Yeah, you've said that.
Memes.
Yeah.
Like, please share memes with me and reels.
I started.
I know.
Boom, boom.
I was like, I like this. And Kamlesh also. I'm like, please share for me memes that don't make sense. You know? Because I'll wake up when I have insomnia, like at midnight. I just want to go online and laugh. Yeah. And funny thing, I laugh when I was sober. I just laugh. I'll be like, oh my God.
Me too. Yesterday, man, I don't know. Personally, I'm never on TikTok. So I'm always on Instagram Reels. Like, I feel like people are different. Keith always says Instagram sucks. But I feel like, hey, everyone should stick to their own lane. You know, they're TikTok pros, they're Instagram pros. So for me, I really love Instagram. So I always go through the Reels. And there's always that kind of similarities. Not really with TikTok, because Instagram is kind of, censored. But there's similarities, memes, nini. I bumped into really a funny video. I don't know if I shared. Man, I cracked the shit and I'm like, let me go to bed. Like, I'm going to have to force myself to sleep because this is too much of the internet, man. It's crazy.
I'm like, bitch, you're crazy. Get to bed. I talk to myself.
You know?
I get to bed.
It's insane. But karibuni sana, let us know how you're spending your day so far. For those who are with us on Rumble, I see Mr. Black on fire. To everyone live with us on the radio, everyone connecting with us also on YouTube, hope you guys are doing great. Let us know, how is your Thursday coming along? How is your week? How are you feeling? And of course, welcome to today's conversation. Now, for today's conversation, of course, is the Tuesday conversation that we were supposed to have. We have a couple of videos that, of course, we were supposed to share that day. And I think I'm gonna start. Should I start with I think since we are black women, I think we should start with
let me make one final plea.
Not right now.
Not now, girl.
Not right now. Yeah, not right now. I feel like we should start, since we are melanated women and we speak as Black Hot Fire. We embrace so much about, where how black people should embrace being black, you know, stop skin bleaching. I was talking about skincare products yesterday, and there's a time, I don't know if I told you, but we figured out that actually the baby fetus is what is used to produce majority of the skincare products. And not just the skincare products, also some of the VACCINEs. So it is crazy. And also we've seen, of course, so many things that have been brought to just terminate Africans' beauty, you know, like get rid, this is not good, black is not good, do this, you know, trying to look like a white person is way better than you being black. But I just love the fact that I feel like right now we are also in the generation of where it's not like I'd say our moms, I feel like maybe the older millennials, those who really were caught up, especially time in Nollywood. Remember when Nollywood was really promoting skin bleaching and all that, you know, it was really, really crazy. So there's this video you shared with me, and I want us to share it to the audience. And of course, I'm gonna share also my screen of the lady talking, and she's actually, I think, talking about how we should embrace our skin color as melanated people. So I'm gonna share this as we continue. And give us your thoughts.
Stop loving themselves. You stop loving yourself.
Just a minute. For those who are with us on the network, let me share my screen.
Slap the out of you. You ugly. No wonder why your baby daddy call you a black ass bitch. You said what?
You. This is a lie, you guys. This is a lie.
How do you come to an event with a whole bunch of black, beautiful women to promote women positivity, but you're out here on social media telling bitches to bleach their skin and look yellow and funky like you do, bitch? You don't know anything about skincare? No, I know about being melanated and black and beautiful, bitch. You mad cause I'm light skinned. This bitch is mad. Why would I be mad cause you're light skinned? Bitches wish that they look like me. That's how black bitches hate on light skinned girls? Woo! Say that one more time. Say that out loud.
Yeah, so I'm gonna replay it one more time and then continue.
You should really stop telling black women to stop loving themselves. You stop loving yourself. Selling bleaching cream. Slap the out of you, bitch. You ugly. No wonder why your baby daddy call you a black ass bitch. You said what?
You. This is a lie, you guys. This is a lie.
How do you come to an event with a whole bunch of black, beautiful women to promote women positivity, but you're out here on social media telling bitches to bleach their skin and look yellow and funky like you do, bitch? You don't know anything about skincare? No, I know about being melanated and black and beautiful, bitch. You mad cause I'm light skinned. This bitch is mad. Why would I be mad cause you're light skinned? Bitches wish that they look like me. That's how black bitches hate on light skinned girls? Woo! Say that one more time. Say that out loud.
Yep. And that's it, and that's just so crazy. I'm still here to figure out which reality show this is.
Is it not Love and Hip Hop?
I don't know if it's on Love and Hip Hop, but I like that lady, the melanated lady. Yeah, like I've always seen a couple of her videos, especially on TikTok, and she's always like, you know, the confidence for me, honey, you know, it wins every single time. But this is so crazy that we're in 2024 and you think that you being light-skinned makes you more favored than me, or you're better than me, especially you being light-skinned, you know, you feel triggered by my melanin, by my melanin, because by my melanin, my color. It used to be actually the other way around, because we've seen the effects of this, where we've seen, of course, in maybe some jobs, in schools, there was always that discrimination of, you're not lighter, you know, you don't belong in this class, you don't deserve to be in this space. And there's always that sexualization that also comes with it, you know, of the light-skinned women. You have to be, it's like also we black, the melanated, the dark melanated, we can't present that sexiness. It is just so crazy, especially to hear this in 2024. But I've seen the video has been going viral, not just on TikTok, also on Instagram. And people are just saying, this is crazy for you to think that you being lighter makes you more you have privilege more than I do. As a matter of fact, me looking at this, you hate yourself. You had to bleach for you to actually feel confident with your own skin color. You didn't love yourself way good enough. You are not taught well, and which I'm sorry. I feel like that's what she should be told. You know, you're not raised well enough, and I'm sorry. That goes back to your parents who didn't know better as well. But you saying that actually someone is jealous because they're light skin, that is too old, honey. We're way past that. Women have won their confidence. Women are embracing melanin color, and it's just, some people, this is why we have most of the, I'd say even wazungu trying to look like black women. That's why they are going to get these body surgeries and all that. You know, trying to wear the braids, do the locks, you know, like, please. What are your thoughts?
I have a lot. Give me time to
cook, Shmoney.
First and foremost, this is embarrassing to listen to grown-ass black women on a whole reality or whatever, expecting them to do better, because you have this platform to actually talk to younger women, or other women, empower. Number one. Number two, do you understand where the bleaching came from? Why do you want to look like a white man? People don't understand the origin of bleaching. Where I grew up, personally, there are women who used to sell these creams. Zaku bleach. I remember Carolite.
Carol. Oh my God.
And Carolite, a lot of women would come to it. First and foremost, the skin bleaching products are very expensive. And you have to maintain it. So unapata kama mama wa samaki, a woman who is a fishmonger, right? And she has to stay in the sun, in the fire,
in the heat.
And it doesn't allow you. So she's red. She's just so ugly.
And always having sunburns.
Red and stuff. I'm like, why do you look weird? Why do you look just so bad? Number two, when you bleach your skin, when you get, like, for example, a cut, where's it shown? Even the healing process will take much time. Because umemaliza melanin. Meaning the pigment is gone.
You're pale now.
You're pale. You're like, it's not skin. And that's why they have sunburn and everything. People don't understand the beauty of melanin. As somebody who has faced colorism, I don't know if you have.
I have, but not really that much, but I have.
Alright, so in campus I used to do like promotion. Alcohol promotion to save money, to just sustain my lifestyle. And my life in campus. So we do classes, and then over the weekend, we're like promoting new brands of maybe alcohol. So I was not doing that at first. I had friends who used to do them. And they used to live like this good life. I go to my friend's house, she has a cow, she has TV. And I'm like, girl, show me your way.
Come on.
Hey, I want to know, like, I also want to make money. So she's like, yeah, sure. So she didn't tell me about melanin. She's a little light, right? So me, I have the best confidence. You can't tell me anything about CG, how I look, how I dress. I never had that.
Of course.
So I'm dressed up, I've done my makeup, because she used to do like really nice makeup. So I was like, okay, let me do makeup. Nimefanya makeup. So when we go to this place, I realize most of the people when you're nakuja, because you have to meet at a space.
They're light skin,
they're very light skinned women. So there's a woman who comes to choose nani anaenda wapi, who's doing that, who's doing that. So me bado sija realize, because I'm like, we're just beautiful women. So she comes to choose. I realize anambia, stand. Only the melanated women wamebaki. Sasa it hits me, because I've never experienced it, I've never thought about it. It hits me like, what the heck is happening? So it really cool, like I felt really
you feel bad
and bad. I was like, are you trying to question my beauty? Are you trying to
my
question
color.
my color and everything? So and then I noticed, oh dang, sisi wenye tumebaki seated, we are melanated, like way melanated, because people also have to understand the pigments of melanin. It doesn't mean because Iwaton is light skinned, she doesn't have the melanin. She's a black woman. She has the melanin. You're way, I'm way chocolate than you. You have melanin. I have melanin. And there is even somebody darker than me who has more melanin. So at the end of the day, women also have to understand that. So when it reached at that point, I was feeling so bad, Joby. I wanted to cry. I was like, what the hell is happening? And then she chose them. And then the worst thing, the irony, the woman that was choosing, she's melanin. Joby.
it be your very own
People. She's melanin and ugly.
Oh my God.
So I was like, maybe she's feeling some type of way. She's been hating herself so much that when she sees a light-skinned person,
she feels triggered.
Feels like, hey, light skin is way beautiful.
It's not good enough. Yeah, exactly, I'm not good enough.
Not good enough. Because I was like, what the F is happening? So we didn't get the job, by the way. I went back to school. Okay. So hard. And remember, nilitumia fare yangu to go there.
Yeah.
So the next time my friend comes again, she's like, let's try beer. Let's just try
another promo.
Yeah. Now this not the same woman. You know these jobs in the company. Why didn't you tell me they want light skin people? That really triggered me. I've never known something like that existed. So she like tells me, no, this is my friend is gonna just hook you up, so you don't need to go through that woman. Yeah. So I realized that we were given beers.
Not the expensive bottles.
Now them.
Not the Henny.
Yeah.
Not the Bacardi.
They were promoting Henny and JD and stuff like that. And also remember the prices shift. Yeah. For beer, it's lower price. Yeah. Like if you're working for beer, you're paid 1,500 per day. Yeah. 1,500. Yeah. If you're working for like Jameson, you're paid
that's
like
good money. Yeah.
3,000. So that's another 1,000 extra. So they make more money than us. So I was like, okay, let me just do it because it's work. But I knew personally, then I realized, oh, it's just maybe the work. But I'm like, if it is really work, it's about sales, right? Sure. It's who sells better. It's not supposed to be about skin. So I literally went and asked that, why are they taking light skin people? Yeah. And they're like, you know, when men are drunk, they see just... I'm like, bro, I go to the club. I go to the club. I sell this alcohol and men are hitting at me.
That's a lie.
What do you mean?
It's a mentality.
It's a mentality, Joby, because, listen, there are men who are light. They like very melanin women. Exactly. There are people, if you put in a space, they'll be like, okay, my type is not light skin, my type is melanin. There are men who are like, oh, my type is not melanin, my type is light. So at the end of the day, I feel like if it becomes a problem of women fighting against each other, it comes from a point of insecurity. Number one, you're not confident about yourself. You're feeling insecure. And I don't know why you think you're privileged enough to actually think that favors are supposed to be done. We've had a space here where we've had, no calling names, light-skinned woman has come. Yeah. And then you find most of us here, we are very melanated women, right? Yeah. Akakuja came. I feel she's used to like, this is what I felt. She's used to like attention. Yeah. Like when she goes somewhere, she gets all the attention because of her skin color. Then she came to Black Hot Fire, found very melanated and confident women. And it was a threat. You could feel the uncomfortability because you're like, we look way better. Maybe something you're not used to seeing, and nobody is giving you that. Here we are like women. I know. And we are very confident. We know who we are. So I just felt off. It kind of triggered me like, what the hell was that? Are you not used to women who are confident, who know who they are? So I feel like at a certain point, Joby, this comes from an insecurity point of view. Yeah. Not loving yourself, who you are. Yeah. And it is just so sad you see mature women, because those women are not like 20, 30. They look like women in their 40s, coming to say, black women hating on light skin. So are you not black because you're light skin?
Let us know.
Exactly. So tell me, this is the way black women are hating on light skin women. Bitch, you black. Like, what the hell do you mean?
And I want to go through the majority of the comments and hear what people have to say. And we have one of the persons. I want to find reasonable comments. Someone says there's nothing ugly about. Okay, there's nothing ugly about Amara. Amara, gracious. Arguing in English. If it was me, I would be saying you too.
Oh my God.
So I can see comments of anyone who's trying to defend actually even come with, where people are supposed to be confident, like people are just on the
for real
Amara case. Amara,
I think Amara is like the melanin woman,
right?
Yeah, and everybody's just like, I love her because she's somebody who knows herself. But if you look at other comments, I was in a space where people are just talking about it is just sad when black women are actually. Hey, plus let's understand, melanin is rated. Kuna mwenye akona less melanin na imanishi yesi black. Only a white person doesn't have melanin. But so long as you are African, you have the melanin. understand these people are trying to get our melanin. Why is it that if it's melanin is not good, Joby? Why is it that when they come here in Africa, they go for the most melanated women?
Exactly, because I was watching actually a documentary yesterday. I went home, and that's why I think why I even caught insomnia. I went on just watching a couple of our shows. Just got on YouTube, tried to watch some documentaries. Apparently, Big Sean ametana na Jenny Aiko.
Yeah, I saw that.
Man, crazy. We'll talk about that on Friday maybe. But I was just watching a couple of things, and then nikapatana na a certain documentary of child trafficking in Kenya. And of course, it's not just Kenya. So if you talk about the melanin, question about the melanin, that's where we're going. And then their target is sex workers who are pregnant, coming from poor places, and don't have a means of taking care of that baby. So they convince you, you give birth, and you'll never see that child again. You take the money and you disappear. Don't ever contact, nothing. Like it's like that's it. You signed a deal and that's it. You're never gonna see this baby.
You don't know what they're doing.
You don't know what happened to the baby.
Exactly.
So if you go back to actually questioning about the melanin, like this is why even Africans need, and women need to be educated. If you can't actually take care of a child, I feel like it's best if you wanna give birth, peleka children's home. Always advocate for the always advocate, take a child to the children's home instead of you going to sell your child and you have no goddamn clue what they're going to do to this child. Because there was one of those ladies was confessing, saying how sad she feels and guilty because of selling her child, and she has no idea what happened to the baby.
Why did you sell her?
Desperation of money.
Poverty is the enemy.
Exactly. Desperation of money. And that's all most of the white people have been taken advantage of, you know. And that's the same thing if you look at actually the skin bleaching, because they brought the skin bleaching motion to seem like if you bleach your skin, you're gonna get opportunities of making money, you know. And this is why we felt the discrimination, you know, like what you did. For me, I've been denied also a job because of such. Because of that. And I was like, hey, quits, okay, that's cool. Like, I see what's going on. You're like, bye. You don't even need to tell me. I see whatever is happening. And the fact, personally, I was even telling you, I think, Jana, I've grown up around light-skinned women. And for me, that's like, what's this all about? You know,
you've
like,
seen them behaving in a certain way, like, hey, I'm better, I'm prettier. I'm like, bro, calm the F down. First, me, you won't tell me shit about how I look like. So, and then God has blessed me with a fine body.
You know, what do they talk about? What do they talk about?
You can't talk from outside, baby. You can't talk from outside.
You know, so what I can say basically, that is why I feel like white people also push the skin bleaching, to give you this mentality of if you bleach yourself, you're gonna become wealthy very quick.
Or you're closer to a white man, Joby.
No,
because they're light, because they don't have melanin. I feel like that's why.
Exactly. That's also that. You know, you feel closer to that's exactly. And you're gonna become wealthy.
Exactly.
You know, because you are white. You're white, so you have the white privileges.
Oh my God.
You know, you have the white privileges, which you don't.
Because trust me,
which you really don't.
Get to
which
the
you really
States
don't.
And then you'll know they don't.
Because they can tell.
They'll sell you nigga.
I think the white people can tell. They can tell if you have bleached your skin.
Yeah, but Joby, I don't keep bleach. You can never look white.
Exactly.
You can never. You're still a nigga.
That's true.
Get that right.
That's true.
And you look ugly because now they have like dark spots here.
I know, the ankles.
Their ankles and everything. You can't. Please, you can't get shortcuts in life.
Love yourself. You know, that's it. Just love yourself, and I hope we are in a generation that can teach each other better. You know, because we also have. If you have, personally, I couldn't tell maybe my aunties. I couldn't, of course. You know, I'm just, and then, of course, the African mentality is, you are a child, what do you know? You know, but me, I used to see my auntie, the way she used to bleach, because Ali bleach, she was, like, really pale, like, super white. And I was like, wow, okay. Like, you can't tell, she was darker than me.
Yeah.
To pure white Shmoney.
I know.
And immediately money ran out. She was super dark.
I know.
And having now the sunburn, she looks super
so,
old,
ugly.
Like, bye, auntie.
I used to have
we're not related.
Okay. I used to have an auntie.
I'm not saying we're related, but we're not related after that.
I used to have an auntie I think related to my mom on the side.
Yeah.
So she used to have this shop. Yeye ndiye alikuwa anauza.
Yeah.
Hizo vitu.
Yeah.
Ndio. And nikimaliza form 4, I didn't have money, so it was like, hey, go and sell at your auntie's shop. So this auntie of mine bleached, guys, and equal bleaching with the I think she was going for injections.
Yeah.
So there's a way the injections.
Yeah.
So you couldn't tell even like she didn't have none of that in the ankles and stuff. It was like perfect.
Yeah.
Like Nicki Minaj bleaching.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know if she's bleaching. Like,
she did though.
Yeah, you see. Allegedly Beyonce bleaching. You see. So she was looking. So women would come. Joby, she would steal. I felt like she was stealing from these women. Because women would come to the shop and tell her, I want to look like you. And she knows very well she's not using these products. She's selling to these people. She's actually going for injections outside the country. You know, and stuff like that. So women are buying stuff, and she's anakoroga. There's a way anakoroga. Like, she mixes a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Sells for them expensive. And then I look at the lifestyle of this man, like, you're a fishmonger. You maybe a mama mboga. You don't have that money to do anything. So this is the shocker, not that. So she gave birth. Oh my God, the kids are dark, Joby. Darker than this mic.
Wow.
Melanin. And then they're pretty. Like, you know, the soft melanin.
Yeah, that soft melanin.
Soft,
I
glowing
love that.
melanin, you know.
I love it.
And then the mom is like white, some white-looking ass type of woman. And I'm like, who's your mother? So, you know, when they grow up, when they're young, you don't know the skin color.
Yeah.
And then they just turn to be melanin kids. Every time they walk, because their dad was also melanin. Super like,
how is this possible?
who are your
the
kids?
combo?
You know, and it was super embarrassing for her. I don't know. I've not seen her in years. I was just like, I know she's embarrassed every time she goes out with the kids.
Yeah.
And they're very dark. And then you're like, those are my kids. I'm like, I wish I'd seen her, because I'd seen her when she had bleached.
Yeah.
I think maybe when she was dark, because she was pretty, naturally. Even in her light skin, she just used to be pretty. So I think the prettiness, she convinced people, and people are like, I want to be like you, I want what you're using. So I feel like she was like really melanin, beautiful woman, and she wasted herself, literally.
It's crazy.
It's
And it goes even way deeper if you are that indoctrinated.
Exactly.
Now you start even skin bleaching your own children.
Oh my God.
You've seen such videos.
Oh,
I've seen
shit.
such videos personally.
Yeah.
Like where women now, they feel that trigger to the point they'll start now skin bleaching their own children.
That's sad, Joby.
It is.
It's sad because your kid didn't ask you to bleach her.
Exactly.
And when she grows up, she wants her melanin. What are you going to do when you're dead at that point?
You put
She can't
chemicals
question you.
on a skin.
Of a kid.
Man.
Like, no. I
They'll
feel
hate
like that's
you.
the most
Betrayal
weirdest
of a parent.
Biggest betrayal. Like, can never be forgiven.
It's crazy,
Literally.
man. But let us know, for those who are with us, just joining on Rumble. I see a couple of you. If you're there, kindly let us know what are your thoughts. We just shared a video talking about skin bleaching and us appreciating our melanin skin color, literally. Let us know what are your thoughts about skin bleaching, maybe events or episodes you faced. Maybe your relatives, could be friends. And what are the things you can tell literally young women outside there? Because I'd say if you look at such kind of people, like I said before we go to the next story, it's people who have not been taught better.
Exactly.
You know,
They don't know.
you just grew up with people who have that white mindset. You know, the white. You know, you need to get a. These are maybe the people who are gonna be told. You need to get a mzungu. You need to do this. You know, you see so and so they're succeeding. So like, oh, my parents are comparing me to so and so. So I need to
look like
exactly. You know, so I feel like most of this also comes from just growing up with folks who don't know better. And it's best if you advise people outside there. There are adults who you can't advise, but a child you can. You can train a child's mentality to know and understand better. An adult, that is someone who's making their own decision, and you can't tell them anything. But with that aside, on the next video we're about to share is of this lady here, who's talking about a sexual life. She says she's a hooker. The most of the men she slept with in a day is 12, and the boyfriend is comfortable with this. But the question is, to the men who are listening, would you be comfortable seeing your partner who hoeing around? Okay, would you date a partner who is hoeing around? She's an escort, and the most men she can sleep with in a day is 10 to 12. Which sounds like a lie at some.
It's a lie, girl. It is the highest.
You know?
Baby girl, stop lying.
So let us know if you personally, if you would date or settle with such a woman, or maybe if you bump into such a woman maybe later in future,
God,
and she tells you she has changed.
Check
Would
your
you
energy.
believe her?
Check your energy.
So let me share this very quickly as we continue on the network, and of course for those who are with us also on Rumble, to those who are on on the radio, in case you'd love to see the videos we're sharing, we are on the network as well, so kindly come on the show page. But let me share the video as we continue.
I am an escort, amongst other things, but I would say the most I have slept with in one day. This is crazy, but you looking at me crazy right now? But roughly 12 to 10.
I mean, do you currently have a boyfriend?
I do.
Alright, so how does he feel about you doing that and knowing you're still together?
What's crazy is me and we just got together. What's crazy is I was just a lesbian. For years. I was married to a woman, all that. He just came about not too long ago. And he didn't meet me like that. But I did tell him up front before we even had any type of like encounters and stuff. And as far as how he feels about it, I don't think he feels a way about it. But I do think that he, of course, don't want it to continue going for a long time. I am an escort, amongst other things. But I would say the most I have slept with in one day. This is crazy, but you looking at me crazy right now? But roughly 12 to 10.
I mean, do you currently have a boyfriend?
I do.
Alright, so how does he feel about you doing that and knowing you're still together?
What's crazy is me and we just got together. What's crazy is I was just a lesbian. For years. I was married to a woman, all that. He just came about not too long ago. And he didn't meet me like that. But I did tell him up front before we even had any type of like encounters and stuff. And as far as how he feels about it, I don't think he feels a way about it. But I do think that he, of course, don't want it to continue going for a long.
Yeah. So yeah, she says she's been an escort for 14 years, and her boyfriend is okay with her doing it. That is what she said. You know, her boyfriend is okay. Now I read the first comment. He needs a place to stay. Of course, he don't mind.
Exactly.
And if I try to look at it, actually, it makes a whole lot of sense.
I know.
You know, because but again, it's how the shout out to Trump who's trying to change that, which I hope it's gonna help majority of the men to save money, get their own homes, to stop taking the disrespect from the women, you know. But yeah, he needs a place to stay.
He's homeless.
Of course.
Yes, he's homeless, or he doesn't have a job.
Or he has another woman.
Or he's feminine, or he has like 10 other
He's also an
women.
escort too.
Or he's an escort, or he's treating you like an escort every time.
Oh my God.
He doesn't have a future, baby girl. And then at the end of the day, the way she said, you know, when somebody's lying, she's like, yeah, just 12. I'm like, girl, it's more than 12. We don't judge. You're already an escort, so don't worry about it. I've had somebody also say she has ever slept with 100 men. I don't know how she did it in a day. It's crazy.
I remember, I think that was breaking news.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Yeah.
But think about it, Joby. No man would be comfortable. There is a reason as to why. Either he's just thinking it's his turn to smash.
Yeah.
You as an escort.
Yeah.
He's a homeless. He doesn't have a job. He needs somewhere to stay. And also he's an escort too, or he's a murderer, or he just has something. Is like, I don't judge you. But I feel like at a certain point, deep down when he goes to sleep or when he does, because you can't tell me, Joby, talking about sex, the energies you take from different men, and then you come and give it to your man. Like, it's crazy.
He's comfortable with that.
And he's comfortable. He can never be. Nobody would be comfortable.
Even one person. Even you're going to mess with one person.
You can't. Joby is crazy, because even before that we were talking about this guy that transformed to gay, from gay to Christianity.
Yeah.
And on the comments, people are telling they can never forget you've been gay once.
Exactly.
The shit on his bump and stuff, you know. So at the end of the day, I don't believe people would just forget. And then, this is a woman you can never break. She's been married to another woman.
She's
She's been a lesbian What has she never done? I'm not judging, but yeah, I'm judging too.
I remember there's a time, I love always going back to this video of this, I think it's an NBA player
Yeah, I remember.
who was married to an escort to, yeah, a porn star.
Yeah.
And he knew when they were getting married, and he thought she had stopped, I think something like that. But because she's the one paying the bills and everything, she said, how do you think I'm gonna pay the bills? I've been doing this. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like also, once a hole is a hole.
Yeah.
You know, you won't change. You know, you won't change. I don't think you can change, especially something that you've been. I don't know, man. You can't change that. I don't think you really can.
Cause I'm like, no, I changed, I transformed, and you actually
even if you try, even if you try to become a better person, I feel like you'll always, cause you've collected so many souls again. We're talking about you messing up with energies after energies after energies. So there's no way also all those energies are gonna allow you to settle down.
Exactly.
For who?
I know, probably the energy.
You settle for hoeing around.
I know.
Like, so what do you mean you want to become a better person?
I know.
Come back to the streets.
They will always be that street calling.
Come back to the streets, honey.
Girl.
Come back to the
And
streets.
she'll be like, hey, I've been out, so what you gonna do about
I've been
it?
waiting.
You know, so at the end of the day, I feel like the guy and men should do better. You know, I feel like the reason as why maybe you find a man allowing those type of things, allowing this kind of bad treatment from women or disrespect is because he doesn't have way much to offer as a man. The woman is giving so much. So probably as an escort, she's making a lot of money. Having sex with more than 12 people or even 12 people, the way she claims, makes a lot of money for her. And probably she's living this posh life or whichever life, or maybe a normal just life. And the homie is just homeless. It's just like, let me get somewhere to stay. Cause let me tell you, men out here also like shortcuts.
Bana.
Yeah.
Especially the generation of today.
Exactly. They want soft life. They'd rather settle for a mama. Wamama is a normal thing right now. They're like, me hata staki wasichana wadogo, saizi ni wamama, saizi ni wamama. You see, so at that point I'm just like, yeah, you reap what you sow. Cause hadi wewe ukilala na this type of woman, you don't know what you're getting into.
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, you don't know the energy yenye ameenda kabeba akakuja akakuwekea. So you're also at a risk as a man.
Cleanse yourself.
I don't think it's okay.
Stay celibate.
It's not okay.
Please stay celibate. Imagine, close that porthole.
If you can.
Close that portal. I was watching a certain video. Imagine, it's possible.
Yeah,
Celibacy,
yes.
I don't think celibacy is really something hard. Again, everything is mental.
Exactly.
Everything is all mental. If you tell yourself you can't control your sex urge, you're gonna find yourself always just wandering around. If you understand what you're doing, that's a different thing. But just the fact you can't just control your sexual urge, that is something very sick.
Exactly.
You know, because you're gonna find yourself in the shittiest
Dungeons.
Exactly. Now you have HIV, now you have gonorrhea, you have syphilis, and you don't know what to do. But close your dick, but you're already infected, you know, or close your pussy, you know. It's crazy. But what I'd say is I hope women do better and men do better in this generation of today, because it's not just men, it's also women. Exactly. Women want shortcuts. It's both genders. I feel like people want shortcuts. Yeah.
No bad blood.
Last year we saw the cases of HIV. I was reporting this on one of the shows on Culture Show. The cases of HIV went super high, especially in Kenya. And this is actually between married men and young women.
Exactly.
And if you look at the case of this,
women.
These young women majority are seeking a way of surviving. Like,
exactly.
how can I? But at the end of the day, how can you is gonna get you to or get you actually pregnant? Especially when dealing with these politicians.
Exactly.
I think that was in 2022 when we were reporting so many cases of having students being found dead and they were pregnant for a certain so and so who has money, you know. So imagine, there's nothing. I was talking about this to someone, saying process. There's nothing good as seeing the process of you becoming who you want to become.
Exactly.
Like that growth bit by bit. It's like, I don't know if you can remember, Shmoney, the first feeling you had when you got your first house.
I know.
Me, I was happy.
Me too.
Me, I knelt down, I cried, said thank you, Jesus, like thank you to myself. Like I didn't believe it. bought me a mattress, bought me. I was like, hold on.
Is this
like
me?
I have a whole house and a mattress, and I didn't care even about the bed. I'm just like, I got a house.
I know.
No, there's just that process and happiness of just the happiness of you seeing yourself, trying to get everything for yourself. Pole without taking shortcuts. Because shortcuts, literally majority of them don't end up good.
Exactly.
You'll get, yes, everything you want, but there's consequences probably after of the actions you did, or maybe later on. But anyway, as we continue on another video, this is coming from, this is politics, and there's this man, let me see what he was talking about. And just talk about actually HIV also. We saw this in South Africa. There was a new infection in women aged 15 to 24, literally 15. Imagine. In Iraq yesterday they said it is now legal to marry 9-year-old girls.
It's crazy.
Imagine. That's
a baby. Joby, we are class 2. We are class 2.
That's molestation.
It is. Pedophiles.
That's you being raped.
Literally.
You've been forced to anything. And
That's
you know,
a pedophile.
you can even die.
You will
a
die.
9-year-old, you don't even have the strength to contain that kind of shit.
You don't even know sex, Joby. You're like, you're a baby. Like, we don't even need to talk about it. It's a pedophile.
It's so crazy. So yeah, in South Africa, new infections of HIV, it's from 15 to the age of 15 to 24, that is women, and are nearly 4 times greater than men of the same age, with 850 young women becoming infected with HIV every week. And mind you, we check the age of consent in South Africa is the age of consent in South Africa is 13.
13.
Yeah. 13-11. Now Nigeria is 13. South Africa is 11. So 13 in Nigeria makes a whole lot of sense why the population is big, despite of course the capability of African women bearing children. 11 in South Africa explains why the cases of HIV are really high, because people or children are being molested at a very young age. But on this side, this is something to do with the Gen Zs, a video still that I wanted us to talk about, talking about what we're discussing. Akisema Gen Z wanaogopa ndoa, mimba na kukosa bundles. And I also saw this yesterday. That is actually a report that has the data analysis collected. Exactly. The Gen Zs don't want to have children. They prefer having dogs.
I saw that. I'm like, everybody's a dog mom. Except me, I don't like dogs. I don't like cats. I don't like pets.
I like dogs.
I've always tried to I'll get a cat, and then I'm like, girl, you'll die there, because you might see me after 3 weeks. You might see me after 3 weeks. You'll starve of hunger. God. So I'm just like, I tried plants and it didn't work. My plants always dry, so I'm always taking like long-term plants, like snake plants that take 3 weeks to water and stuff like. If I can't manage a plant, how will I manage a whole pet? I don't know. I can't, by the way.
I was telling Christine even today. I was shout out to Gwen, because I'm saying that she's like I decided to give. Yeah, she's like, I decided to give. Let me show you. I decided to give motherhood a chance. Where's my phone? My phone is. She's like, I decided to give motherhood a chance, and I'm like, look at motherhood. It's dogs.
It's dogs.
It's dogs.
I know, nobody wants babies.
Motherhood is dogs. She's there like playing with the dogs and all, and I'm like, God damn, like this is so us right now.
I know. This is where people are, because look at it, Joby. People, women, me personally, I go to TikTok. I'm like, you can do all this to a dog, and yet you can't handle a kid. Have you seen those dogs? I feel like they're very privileged. They even eat better than human beings.
Yeah, Sandra.
Kuna wengine wa majuu Joby venye wanaoshwa.
Yeah.
They even put in something to dry their skin. They come back and then they brush their teeth. And then they put stuff, hadi kitu ya kukula kuosha mdomo kishamaliza, amchane nywele, they were the treatment, and then the food. My dog ate steak yesterday.
Imagine.
You know, my dog did this.
Eggs.
Steak and eggs. Scrambled eggs and steak on the side and stuff. I'm like, is this a human being or a dog?
Doing too much for a dog.
I'm like, listen, you can actually, you have all this money. I feel like it's expensive than a baby. You can actually get a baby. But you decided I'm not getting a baby, I'm getting a dog. First and foremost, I feel it's fear of commitment, number one. But also, I want to get the root cause as to why that is happening.
Amen.
It's because there is also experiences. From experiences, nowadays, marriages, relationships don't work.
True.
Separations each and every day. Divorce each and every day. You see somebody has married for like 20 years.
Yep.
And then you break up, and then you're like, if these people,
what was the
didn't make it,
essence?
what exactly?
It's really,
they have kids. I'm like, no, it doesn't make sense. I feel like that being part of what we see every day. Now people are scared of even committing. They're just like, I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. Let me just get. If you're going to tell me I'm gonna get lonely, I'm gonna get a dog to keep me. At least I'll feel half a human.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
And the dog won't hurt my feelings.
I know.
It's only gonna hurt my feelings if it dies.
And I'll get another one.
And I'll get another one.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
That's what you say.
You know.
So you see, I feel like that is.
And I get it. That's true, because I've also been saying that recently. Like, I don't understand the essence of. I wish we really had an opportunity of seeing things coming our way. Like, can we just be able to see what's gonna happen in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Like, are you gonna dump me? What's the plan? Like, can we just know? Because I don't wanna be caught like, boom, shit is happening, and then surprise, you know, I'm gonna leave you with these children.
I know.
I think I've had enough time for you. What do you mean?
It's not exciting.
It was for
anymore.
better, for worse. What happened to for better, for
I feel
worse?
like also the foundations of the relationships, Joby, when you look at it.
That's true.
Yeah, people also don't make foundations. When you don't have a strong foundation, even for a building, the building will definitely fall. If you have a great foundation for your relationship, that's a relationship that you oversee. You see, you go like, it was just sex, it's not a big deal, I can actually work out. But you think about, this is somebody I liked deep down. This is the reason as to why I liked him. This is what we've gone through even before we started dating. So that is somebody you can actually say, I'm taking this risk for. But people don't have those foundations. Most of the Gen Zs, or even not Gen Zs, most relationships, they start from sex right now. It's not that I really want to know you. Girl, I want to get into your pants first and find out how the kukija tastes. And then once I find out how it tastes...
You called it what?
Kukija. Once I find out, then definitely we can see later.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, you find most of those relationships, they don't work. And I feel like sometimes people are like, let's do arranged marriages. I'm like, that is not also gonna work, because right now we're also in a generation of people who are very opinionated. Women are not like our mothers back then. Because me, I remember back then, even in back society, women would be like taken from the rivers, taken to a man's house. The man would go to your folks and say, I've abducted you. I'm paying for this and that is my wife.
Yep.
You know, that is how marriages were done. Abduction, literally. It is just so sad. And then you find yourself with somebody you've never liked, you've never seen, you don't know anything
now
about.
Now you're sad.
Now you're sad your whole life, and you have to stay with that. I feel like that.
And give them children.
Give them children, and they'll marry again and again, and you can't do anything about it because, hey, dowry has been paid. At the end of the day, I feel like that generation is not now. But again, look at the reason as to why. I feel like there's always a root cause to everything. It's not only evading responsibility, because trust me, dogs are not cheap. Cats are not also cheap.
They're expensive.
I always Iwaton loves dogs. She's a keeper of dogs and cats.
She's a mom dog.
She's a cat dog.
Wow.
A cat mom. Literally. Right? So sometimes tunaendanga na yeye at Quick Mart.
Yeah.
And I you know, I don't know anything about
the
pets or anything. So I look at the food. It's like 1,400, 1,500 shillings.
Expensive.
And then that's dog food, and they don't eat that only.
Yeah.
You have to buy for
the
them
meat,
food on the side, meat.
Yeah.
You have to take care of them, wash them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is like 1,500.
These are my snacks.
So I'm asking, so how long does this stay? It's around 2 weeks. So I'm like, think about it. This is just you taking care of another human being. Because if I am supposed to actually budget my food, Joby, properly, if I have shopping at home, I use less money. And you can find it's the same money I use for I use for the dog or the pet. So for me, I really don't really think about it as much. I feel like you are actually investing a lot as a dog mom, as a cat man, as a whoever. is not about responsibility. I feel it has a very big root cause to where this came from. And we should never blame the Gen Zs or the younger generation of wanting to be, because also the father figures that we have right now, the men in this society are not giving husband father figures. They're just like, they're giving baddie figures. I'm like, who's the baddie in this relationship?
You want to be texted first.
Am I a baddie or you're a baddie?
I saw another one which says, when we asked them, well, you didn't buy me flowers, babe. You didn't buy me flowers too.
What the heck, bro?
Now men are also demanding flowers.
I know.
I mean, it's not bad to give your men flowers, but
I could never give my man a flower.
Men,
I'm sorry, I'll just say by words.
Me too.
I'll buy a watch.
Yeah, because why am I giving you flowers?
I know, like the flowers are for me. Like, why are you feminine? This is the reason as to why men want flowers. You see.
And that's I feel like it explains. We've explained everything, I think, very well. We're talking about what we see in marriages breaking up,
exactly.
Couples splitting after years. You question what's the essence of marriage, you know. And then we've seen, of course, also I'd say economy, you know.
Exactly.
You know, economy. As much as they're taking care of pets is not cheap. The economy. People are thinking about, hey, I bring children in this economy, and the way me myself I'm struggling to do this to myself. Even those who do not have pets, Basi, those who do not have pets, you just look at how you're trying to make everything work for you. It is already hard. So how am I gonna be able to bring another human being here? Third, I think also is our men. Of course, we're dealing with a generation of men who don't own up their responsibilities of being men. And sadly, in Africa, it's even more sad because I can't settle with someone, or if I try maybe settle with someone, they're gonna, you know, let's say if you have any issue, they might not keep up with the child support, you know, because personally, I'd say I saw that with my mom, you know, the moment she separated with my stepdad, like this man, we had to like go up and down to feed her, so that he can do what he's supposed to. And I'm like, bro, this is your responsibility. Exactly. Why you being dragged to do 1, 2, 3 things? You know, it's not supposed to be like that. So it is literally so many things. Exactly. Economy, how the culture is changing. People are not trying as much as they can to save marriage. Men don't want to commit in relationships. Women also are tired of just, you know, I can't keep on dealing with someone. I have to keep on asking you to do this as a man. You know, we need men who are going to be there as men. Like, you don't need to be questioned like, hey, fanya.
I mean, one thing I never saw, and we never saw with our folks, personally, I never saw with my folks, my mom trying to beg shit. Do they have childhood memories where I remember I think my dad traveling, because my dad used to travel a lot outside the country, would be in Israel, would be where and all that, and would take my mom, and you know there were no phones, so we were left at home for like almost 3 weeks, and these guys have just gone to enjoy life. We have shopping and food, and then you know we don't have a phone, so some phones are scarce. So maybe the neighbor is the one that is always being called. Go and check the house, are the kids okay? And I'm like, you guys kept it interesting. You guys loved each other. You guys traveled. You guys enjoyed. Unajua, you feel like there is like foundation apart from having kids. Because I was like, we were left, and we were like, I feel like I was like maybe 9 or 10, and my elder sister, I think she was like 15, and she was the elder one. And I just think about the relationships where I didn't see my mom actually telling, because most of the things if we wanted, she used to call my dad also dad, so she would be like, go tell dad. And it was never like, hey, we are going to beg. We definitely knew dad would solve everything. When you have I remember I had also like a broken arm. I think Nimaika Kwambia. And my mom was calm with me the whole day. I was like, she doesn't love me. She doesn't care about me. My dad used to come at 8, around 8. My dad just came in like this. She calls me, Shmoney, ebukuja onyesha daddy kenye ilifanyika. I was like, so you were waiting for him? It just got me later. I'm like, she knew she wouldn't handle because it was a man who did that. She's like, the father and the leader of the house is the one that is gonna handle it. So when my dad, I saw her just saying, kaona kenye umefanyia mtoto wako, and the hunger in my father and everything just got at a certain point. So you see, when you have relationship where men are leaders, where men, you don't tell a man what to do.
exactly.
Right now we have men who don't even know who they are. They're even questioning their masculinity. It's crazy. We can't be in a relationship where we are both two women in this house.
It's can't.
When people don't want to commit to that type, because women want masculine men. Masculine men, they're accountable. It's not that they're not there. Yes, they're there. And women, remember, we are a ratio of 9 to 1. Everybody's looking for that masculine man. Right now, if you go to social media, Joby, Koma Celeb, if people break up, you hear even people on the comments, hey, thank you for leaving for me, my husband. Women are ready to crawl for your man.
It is so crazy.
So you find all these men who are masculine, the competition is too high, 9 to 1. So look at it from that perspective. So women opt to either, and crazy, you had the other woman saying, I've been a lesbian. They become lesbians, which is eradication of our culture and our people. But also, they actually just pet animals. And they become sad old women with 20 cats and 50 dogs.
Bundles.
And bundles.
Bundles lazima tukue nazo.
Bundles we have to have.
We have to stay on the internet. I mean, it's us. With the generation that grew up with the internet, you know, with the generation that
change the world with the internet.
Exactly, started getting exposure and going deeper into technology and all that. So internet is really important. I feel like actually most of the people go sane even without the internet.
Personally, I think I've told you what I'm doing. I'm working on not having internet at home because I feel like it's just too much because we have to work on the internet 9 to 7 to 6. So I'm trying to like stay off the internet.
Yes.
But even if you go home, sometimes you're still like, let me just buy for 1 hour.
Yeah.
You see, let me just buy. What is happening?
Me too.
Who did this?
Even when I'm going to town, imagine I'd rather just have
in
internet.
March, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I'd rather just listen to the music I have, like, you know, maybe they on Spotify.
Yeah.
So I have to buy internet.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, nah, F my playlist right now. I just want to be on the internet.
Exactly.
I just want to know what's going on
I
and
know.
just be there. Like, just stay online.
We are so digital. It's crazy.
It's insane.
It is.
But as we get closer to winding up, on the last video I'm gonna share, tanione kama kuna video informative up where the Mungai Eve, of course it's something of course we've been talking about lately about her professionalism, you know, and when it comes to, as much as if you wanna, maybe I don't know, to anyone who's pursuing journalism, or if you have interest, professionalism is also something that is really required. You know, how you carry yourself when it comes to the guests, in front of the camera. You know, there's you when you're off the camera, you know, and there's you when the camera is on. You have millions of people watching you. You have, even if it's one person looking at you, whatever you're saying, it's either gonna impact them or chase them, you know. It's literally how you present yourself. So we have this lady, sijui anaitangwa nani, but
the other minute I knew if
she looks like Trisha Khalid somehow. For me, she always looks like Trisha Khalid. And she's went ahead nimeona pia akiongelea story ya Aziad, and she spoke so bad, which I didn't like, but I'm not gonna focus on that. So she's talking about Mungai Ib. She's called Mkaburi Chigogo. Anasema she has chosen violence against Mungai Eve. And this is literally think our first episode of this year where she had a lot to say.
Mungai is delusional is when this hand sat somewhere and she tried to convince us that us and herself that she's a city babe. Yes, I grew up a body city girl, but me, I'm a city girl who wants to be loved, right? I said I am. The truth is, when Eve was sober, she was not delusional. And now Eve is entertaining AF, baby. When Eve talks about people want to cancel her, she doesn't mean us. She means her Misheveve boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, director Trevor. Imagine this guy that broke up in 2021. It's 2025. She's still sitting there talking about this guy, using the guests as her counselors. Like this last one that she had. You know, even the guests there had to sit like Oprah, like this, just to listen to what Eve has to say. This is entertainment. This is entertainment. Love it.
So I don't know if that really is entertainment, but personally I really don't like it. I've been saying it, and I'm not hating on Mungai Eve. again, when I talk about the process, one thing that made me follow and like Mongai Eve's content back then was because of the consistency she had. Consistency and seeing her growth from becoming to this person to now who she is. We love to see the glow, and everyone, of course, I think everyone always has a transition. There's how you're gonna go through this, then there's just that transition. You know, you're gonna be looking like, hey, you know, a different type of person. But we're talking about professionalism right here, and if you've seen most of our interviews, I've come to figure out she turns interviews zikaisa ni kama yendo victim, like now I'm the victim, you know. Everything turns, it's no longer now even about the, it's like sasa mwenye ameletwa interview na interview sasa, which is not supposed to be like that, because when it comes to interviews, and I've seen us also coordinate or conduct interviews, literally is you're here to listen to the guest. All you have to feed is question, get the feedback back, maybe share a little bit, not go now you're taking over the interview, making it all about you, going to details of your experiences. This is not, if you wanted to make it about you, should have done your own episode alone, you know, say story of my life, you know, something like that. Don't turn or change the whole interview to be now all about you. And that's one thing I feel like she needs to be told. Hata kama anasema, because I've seen her, I follow her on Instagram personally, and I see everything she posts, even if these are memes. Niko like, baby girl, kuna times za jokes. I'm also a journalist. Kuna zile, there's jokes and there's where you're trying to literally just poke or criticize people actually supporting you. You know, she's like, oh, they're talking about me, I don't care. Listen, because the same people you don't want to listen to are the same people who have put you on top. You might be right now with circles, people who can help you, of course, to still maintain on the top. But the industry is so fake, they won't tell you the truth.
They're fake because of where you are.
Exactly.
Where were they when you were nothing?
They won't tell you the truth. You know, for you, I feel like and that's one thing she's not being told. Exactly. She's like, this is gaslight. This is entertainment. It's not that is not entertainment. Entertainment never used to be this, you know. Interviews, we've seen our interviews. Shout out to Amina Abdi. Exactly. You know, people should copy an example of Amina Abdi and the legends we've had in the industry who are trying to and have maintained being humble. Exactly. You don't see that hyper. Maybe I'm a baby girl, you wasn't a city girl. Okay, even if you was a city girl, honey, you came from a struggling place. And I'm not saying everyone comes from an amazing place. Kila mtu ako na struggling. Na kila mtu amekuwa na struggles zake za maisha. But usituambia hapa, me I was born as you are not born a city girl, Mongai Eve. Let us correct that to you. You are not born a city girl. You've just adapted to city girl behaviors. There's a difference.
I feel like Joby, I feel like this is a conversation that people are supposed to have. I feel like city girl imegeuzwa. Even the meaning.
Yeah.
What people mean that if you come from the village, you don't deserve attention, you don't deserve love, you don't deserve some treatment. But look at it. I feel like people who are called vienyejis, people who are living their true authentic self.
True.
And look at on TikTok, which is another world, and that's why I say it's just not my world. Sometimes I get to I'm like, this is just too much. But you look at on TikTok, people who are original, the people who have actually named them vienyejis, they have the biggest numbers.
True.
Go to TikTok, people are living, somebody's just living in a small space in his village, in a mad house, or if not mad, you look at the numbers, because most people are living that life. They just fake not to agree because it's social media. Trust me, how many people have died when people go back to their villages? They don't have shit.
Yeah.
You're like city girl, or you are who you were in the city, but you didn't have. So I feel like the perspective of city girl and village girl doesn't make sense to me. That I always disagree. Number one. Number two, be humble enough to accept who you are.
Exactly.
Hata kama skia, embrace where you come from also. You know, people always also forget, okay, I want the best. I've elevated. You tell people, hey, if it were me, I would say, hey, I've come from a place where I wasn't like this. Looking at me, even people viewing me as I am, I've put in work, and I deserve every kind of treatment.
Exactly.
If you still see me as, because I still believe, if you think your city girl is being cool, the people who actually don't like the term city girls, akisikia hata they wasema I'm from the city, then no, I don't want city girl, you know, because there are also negative perspectives
about
also
city
about
girls.
City girls. So I don't think it's really a flex as much number one.
It's not.
Number one. And also, don't forget to embrace where you come from. Nobody's gonna judge you. I feel like when you embrace where you come from, people look up to you. They'll be like, because there are people who want to get to where you are. They're like, kama udem alitoka hapa na amefika hapa.
I can too.
Show.
Exactly.
Unajua, I can actually get there too. And then number 3, and I'm not saying it in a bad way. We are all media practitioners. Sure. Literally, the more you do it, the more you learn. You've been in the game for years, Eve. You know, I believe you should. I'm like, skia, unaweza kuwa na podcast yako iko na 100k. People loved you because you're original self.
Yeah.
And maybe with that time also learn what other people say in their podcast, how they do it. Because Joby, you can tell somebody who has gone and studied journalism.
Yep.
And somebody who has practiced it for years, and somebody who's starting. So I still believe you can get to where you want.
And become better.
And become better if you also try to learn.
True.
I went for this training for media. And they told us this. If you haven't studied for it, Sawa, you're doing amazing and stuff. Get to a point where just take, even if it is online courses, they teach you more about. Because sometimes, you see, vlogs will just post anything.
Yeah.
You won't see that on Citizen.
True.
You'll tell the difference.
True.
Because they might be sued. They
are
actually signed to the MCK.
Exactly.
Even the way they say it, even the way they put it, they don't post a dead body like this face. Main media stream don't do that.
You can't.
They don't post kids. They don't. And they don't interview kids unless they have a guardian.
Yep.
A vlogger tenda, babako ni nani? Nani nini ilifanyika hapa?
Zero limits.
No etiquette. And you know the worst thing is, somebody can actually jail you. You don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know, so for you to understand all this, you have to take these short-term courses to understand also how media works. The way, and I know some of people might have an option or opinion about it. Look at Larry Mato. Because that guy, the way he will even answer and everything, even if he's doing something off, there is professionalism.
True.
And I'm saying you can get to a professional level if you also learn from others. Watch. Me personally, I enjoy watching podcasts of interviews. I really enjoy one-on-one conversation with a politician, artist, because I have an entertainment show. So I'll definitely know, so this is what they ask. So this is how it goes. So when you have like conversations with somebody, you don't turn it into your therapy.
True.
And baby girl, it's been years, move on. We don't want to hear about your ex. We don't want to hear even about your personal relationship. We went there because you were putting in work. That is all we want to see.
You know?
Stay humble, put in work, be your authentic self. Because also, Joby, look at it, the people in her circle right now, she met them there. All of them have things too that they went through that they maybe not share. But look at the people who knew you when you had nada. Those are the people who you'll actually say, these have been my people.
True.
For you to actually get to where you are, Joby, Nico, sure you've actually broken a lot of friendships, a lot of relationships. You've cut a lot of people off. But there are also people who have stuck
with you.
And those are the real ones.
Yep.
When you have problems,
yep.
Industry is fake. We are
very.
I have 4 years in this entertainment industry, mostly in Nairobi, Kwanza. It's not clean.
It's not.
It's not. It's wavy. It's shifty. So you have to know even how to talk to people.
You have to be humble.
You have to know how to operate around people. You can't be just yapping and saying because now where you are. People can decide to unfollow you and you'll get back to zero.
That's true.
You might be reported and lose your account. God forbid that happens, because I'd like to see you shine. But we can't be seeing that. If you need therapy, go to therapy, sort your issues.
You have money.
All the things. Hey, but then you know, you saw her telling people, oh, it's you guys who unblocked. I didn't even use my phone. My phone was being controlled. Mliunblockiwa mbaya sana. Now only guest. So the guest was asking, by that time you had unblocked me. I think they were having a conversation. So the guest is like,
guy.
By that time you had unblocked. She's like, mimi sikuwa nashikanga simu yangu. Simu yangu ni sijui mlikuwa mnaunblockiwa. Mimi nakaa hapo naambiwa usifollow.
Unfollowiwa nakumbuka.
Unfollowiwa na kuunblockiwa. I'm like, girl, let him go. Let him go. So you claim you have a new man. How does even
my man?
How does your man feel when you talk about your ex? Move on.
It's crazy.
Plus, I hate their term of people don't have professionalism, Joby. Set your feelings aside, get the interview straight. That's just it. Because if I would never watch Eve, I'm just so sorry, guys.
Okay, personally, I have not.
I've never watched.
I think the only interview I watched of her was her and Aziza, because I like Aziza, and she's Aziza is a media personality too. I loved hapo ndo nikajua venye alikuwa na struggle na her voice and all that, but I've not watched Mungai Eve's interview. I can't sit down. I can't sit down at go in Mungai Eve's channel.
I'm sorry, it's not also giving city vibes.
You know, it's that's what I'm saying. You know.
Yeah, but you can actually embrace who you are. That's
city
the
girls.
Problem. Stop blaming.
City girls.
Me, look at Jewels.
Don't even yap like that.
Jewels. Look at interviews for professional city girls. Girl.
They don't yap like that.
Look at international views. It's classy.
You can call us a city girl.
I know.
Because, you know, even with everything going on, she's not addressing nothing.
She's not. She's like, minding her business.
Yeah, that's how the city moves. You know, very shady. So you have to be, you gotta be, you know, if you can't be keeping everyone in your business, move shady. Let them create a topic with you being silent. Yeah, you know. You know, don't stop spilling the tea everywhere.
You're talking too much. We'll use it
you know,
against you.
Exactly.
Now see us talking shit about you.
Man.
Because you talk too much.
It's crazy, man. May I never find myself in that line of spitting about my exes or anything. Anything I've said right here personally is trying to give an example for people to learn. But I don't think it's really good for you to be holding on to, like, you know, a certain situation or relationship like for that long. It's been years, a year or something.
I know.
You should move on.
That's 4 years.
It's okay to hurt in the few couple of months, but honey, you're successful, you're doing everything amazing. Why is it triggering you still?
Just therapy.
It's crazy, man. But as we come to the end, we got Jerome Mosquito in the building, or heard him. He said Jumbo earlier. He said you are also yapping Shmoney. And he says we should have rather enjoy the rest part of your day.
It's my job to yap, but I don't yap about my personal feelings. I yap about people who want to piss me off in the industry.
You know, and I feel like one thing I've also learned when it comes to the industry. I mean, I feel like as I grow up, once you know, and that happens or is bound to happen, especially to us people in this industry. You'll find people in the industry who won't like you. There are people in the industry who you won't like, and you don't have to go out there talking about it again. You know, you can understand, like, from again energy level, like we don't vibe, and that's cool. I don't have to go saying so and so is my enemy. Nah, that's you actually being solo.
I feel like just say,
cloud chasing.
That's my op. Period. You're an op.
Exactly. I don't even need to say names. Like,
I know. I'm just saying.
I just want to F with you, and that's it.
You're an op.
No.
It's just I know you're an op, so we ain't moving like that no more.
You know.
Bye.
But yes, much love. We coming to the end of today's session of the reaction time with myself and Shmoney right here. And of course, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday. Remember to leave your sentiments or your 2 cents of thought. That is for those who are with us or those who shall be catching this replay on YouTube and Rumble as well. Nonetheless, have yourselves a beautiful day. Doesn't end here for me. See you guys in a few hours. Actually, in an hour, 40 minutes, in an hour 20 minutes. I'll be back. That is by 8 p.m. of course, with the culture show TBT. We're going all the way back. Closing remarks, Shmoney.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me not yap much. Have a beautiful one.
You've already been certified yapper.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. It pays my bills.
Come on, this is what pays us. You know, talking like.